Oh, hey, how you doing? I'm going to talk to you about something. Something weird's going on at work. And I have a couple of things written down. A couple of months ago. This started happening about a month and a half, 2 months, 2.5 months, something like that. I mentioned in one of my videos, one of my random videos, that I took some security cameras down outside, and I still have one aimed at the front door. And instead of having two cameras do the one camera can do, so I took those down. There was 3 of them. I took them down and everything. Well, when I took them down, I used this basket I made years ago to pick me up and raise people up and stuff. And I had screws and nails and stuff in there and everything. Well, I took the cameras down, and I don't remember dropping anything. I would have noticed. You know, backing up after like weeks of backing in that spot, I noticed that there's one of the screws that I used that was in my spot, and then there was another screw. I was like, how did that get out of that? I didn't notice it any other time. You can see a shiny screw when you're backing up on blacktop. It's hard. It's just really weird. How did it get there? The box is in the warehouse, way in the corner. Just, I don't know. Something had to have taken it out of that box, put it that. But I don't know. Anyways, it's just stupid. All right. And then another thing happened. This just things are happening some places. I bought these concrete nails, and they're fluted, and they're about 1.5 inches, I think. And I was using them to build this thing to hold water and divert water from leaking down from the ceiling. Well, you'll say about a week and a half goes by, probably 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks go by. I find one of those nails when I'm walking back, boom, right out in the middle of nowhere. Where did that nail come from? The only nails I have is back on my bench, by my workbench. Now, how did it get there? You know, they used them up top, where nobody can climb. Nobody's gonna climb up there. You have to get a ladder and climb up there. Nobody goes up there, just me. But it's just weird stuff. Well, it's a good beer. Anyway, another thing is, we have these crimpers. If you're banding, you use the banding equipment. You got a tensioner and you got the crimper that crimps a little clip. Well, I found a coffee can full of parts, and I was like, I know one of our crimpers is bad. So I went back there and dumped it out on the table, and I separated all the parts and stuff, and I took apart an old one that had there was a bunch of teeth that crimped. It was broken. You can see it was cracked. So I took it apart, made a new one, put a new part in there. They worked great. So I didn't put it back in the coffee pot, the coffee can. So it sat there for a day. So the following day, I was out on the dock cutting cardboard pretty much most of the day, and there's cardboard dust shavings everywhere. I cut them on a table saw. I'm cutting them on a table saw, cutting cardboard down to the pieces we need. So the following day, I go out there to finish up the cardboard in the morning. I was the only one out there. My son came out for a minute just to talk to me, but he went back in, and people threw their garbage away and stuff. But the next morning, when I went out to finish up the job, I looked, and one of those bolts from them parts was right there. Now, how did that get there? I don't know how these things are moving around and getting in places. Okay, now I was talking to Natalie about this today, a girl we work with. I was talking about it. She goes, there was a funny thing that happened to her the other day. She said her glue buckets were up on her machine. She heard like the handle flip, and she looked down, and the handle was flipped over to the one side, all by itself. It's just really weird. That's just it. There's some weird things going on here, but that's not the tops. Well, yesterday, I listened to this radio station. It's 103.9. And they play stuff like Elvis. They play Air Supply. They play, Dean Martin. Daryl Hall and John Oates, and you know, there's stuff from the 50s all the way up to the 80s, and it's a good station. Well, I'm out on the dock, and all of a sudden, that station's gone. I was listening to another station, and I turned that station on, and it's gone. It was playing some crap by Katy Perry crap or something. I was like, this isn't the station that's supposed to play. I looked at it. I did a review on it. There was a C. Crane radio. I looked at it, and that's the right station. Did they change the format? Well, I was kind of irritated. So I turned the channel, listened to some other channel. The next day, today, I turned that channel on. It's back to normal. It's playing the regular music that usually played. I don't know. I can't figure it out. But that's not the biggest one. This is probably 2.5 weeks ago. I was just like, okay, people know the history of our place. I think it's haunted. And if you look at my older videos, I made so many videos of explaining what happened for 20 years at our work, and I tried to put them in order for the year that they happened all the way up, you know, in correlation. So if you watch those, you know this stuff is really weird. I was walking back, and we called this, one of my friends, he passed away a few years ago, he gave the ghost name Sal, so we call it Sal. And I was just like curious. I was like, you know what I'm gonna say, Sal, or anybody, if you're here, show me a sign that you're here. I'm the only one in the warehouse. I didn't even open up the front door yet. I turned the lights on, and I'm like, okay, you in the back, and I was just working on something, and I just said that, and I'm standing there for about a minute or two, just waiting for something to happen. I says, do something, make a noise, make something fall, move something, do something. Nothing happened. I was like, all right, whatever, you know. All right. So I get on the forklift, and I start driving, and a cat comes out of nowhere. There's a black and white cat, comes out of nowhere, runs right in front of the forklift and takes off. I was like, where the hell did it go? I stopped, and I was like, where the heck did that thing go? One of my son's area where he works, a cat, just when I asked to do something, I was like, all right, there's never ever been a cat in our warehouse, ever. So, I go up front, I turn the lights on. After I did whatever I had to do with the forklift, I go up front, turn the lights on, and I was like, all right. That might have been a fluke. All right? If you are here, do that again. Make that cat run in front of me again. Just do that. And I was up front. I come walking back, and I get right to where our departments work. That same cat took off, ran in front of me, ran down in my son's area, took off. I mean, it wasn't running like scared. It was like galloping. And it ran up, and it ran in between machine number 2 and 3. My machine is number 1 and 2 and 3. And I walked over there, and I'm looking for it, and I cleaned it all out. I'm looking for this cat. It is gone. It's nowhere to be found. I don't know where this cat went. So, was that Sal or whatever in cat form? I don't know. Never seen it since. Nobody's seen it all day. You know, we don't know where it went. Usually, they would run around or something like that. Some people working on the machines, a cat come walking out in the middle of nowhere, you would see it. So it's just the weirdest damn thing. I don't know why. I don't know what the circumstances of all this crap happening, but I try to figure stuff out. And in one of my videos of the 20 years of hauntings, it's called, I was telling some people about what happened to me. Like, this is one of the things that happened out of many. I went up front, I'm looking at the breaker, and I'm pointing at the breaker in the breaker box, and says, I don't remember turning that breaker on. And as I'm standing there looking at I was about 10 seconds, something hit me in the arm. I thought it was a drop of water from the ceiling. I looked, my arm was a winter coat, it was dry. There was nothing. And I looked down on the floor, there was a piece of wire. So I took my flashlight, I shined it up in the ceiling. There's no bare wires, no open conduit, nothing up there. Where did that piece of wire come from? I still have that piece of wire today. So that's just some of the weird things that happened at my house, not my house, at my work, that are just totally stupid, goofy. I can't explain them. So there you go, and thanks for watching.